You're watching Drake Wing Gaming. Enjoy the video.
Hey guys and gals, Never here from Drake Wing Gaming, and some of you on Twitter, the Gaming Drag. Today I'm coming back at you with another Let's Play episode of Devil's Gambit. So yeah, let's go ahead and jump right back into it, shall we? Alarm chain, you were up, and let's go! Alrighty. I understand you intend to captivate a sweetheart at the games this year, hmm? Please don't put me on the spot, sir. Not next to my girlfriend. You're what now? Heh. When we were kids, we used to joke about getting married if we didn't find anybody else by the time we were grown-ups. Yeah, and then Teresa got a partner and didn't wait for me. But no matter. This year I'm catching up to you. I'll be introducing you to an actual girlfriend by the end of the summer. Ooh, I can't wait. That's great, Bear. Say, what about men? Lots of men admire strong fellows such as yourself. Well, Dad used to say a hole's a hole, as long as they can take a good pound. Oh, God, I hope your dad didn't actually say that to you. I can't recall the last time I heard a laugh so full of despair. Anyway, Bear, why are you here? With how busy you've been with the farm, I didn't invite you because I figured you wouldn't have time. Not to mention I've never seen you and Cadgan talk before. That's right, the priest asked me to come today last time I visited. Teresa nods knowingly, her gaze shifting to Aaron, who tries to look unfazed. She then points at the wrapped-up package. And what's that on your lap? Isn't it obvious? It's a birthday present. Anyway, Bear, come outside with me for a moment. Sure. As we watch them leave, Teresa shrugs and goes back to eating. Arwell points at the door and turns to us. Interesting fellow, that Bear. Did you notice he was wearing dragon-style garments? Maybe he learned it from you. Read my mind, Cadgan. Who knows, maybe he likes dragons. You two could be good friends. The two wolves rejoin us at the table not long after. There's a renewed determination in Aaron's gaze, and Bear doesn't seem so lost anymore. I try not to mind them. After cleaning her bowl, Teresa gulps down what remains of her beer and leans back. Cadgan, you know what I've been thinking? I don't. What? It's a shame, that armor you're wearing. It was a part of a full set, right? But it doesn't fit you. Uh-huh. What are you getting at? Teresa looks around the room with a tipsy smile, taking in our now curious expressions, chuckling to herself. No doubt the cogs in her head are machinating a most impish plot. Suddenly, she hops off her seat and dashes to the altar in front of the two planets. She leans over it, almost falling over to the side before rising at the last second, holding it what at first I confused for a red tablecloth. But as she unfolds it, it becomes apparent what it really is. Even Cadgan gasps in realization. Oh, a shirt! The moment she smirks, I understood I've fallen into her trap. Slowly she brings her arms apart, revealing a second blue shirt hiding behind the first one. No, two shirts! Now you have something comfy to wear at home. Neat, huh? They look great. Mind if I try one now? Sure, take this one. Oh, that looks nice on him. This feels nice. Looking good. That's nice. I know how hard it can be to find clothes that fit. Aw, you should have told me. I thought you were dressing like that to show your assets. I'll knit you something next. And how about you, Fergus? What did you bring? Sorry, but I couldn't think of anything good to bring. In that case, allow me to go next. The lion produces from his belt a sheathed knife. He holds it up, inviting us to observe the ornate design at the handle before showing us the blade. Cadgan, my friend. Where I come from, men often defend their honor and solve their disputes on the knife. Dignity, reputation, and honor are all very important for us. There's a good reason why a group of lions is called a pride. So, I hope you understand the significance of gifting a pride-worthy knife. I do not wish to ever step on your bad side, and I'll pity the fools who do. Aaron leans in to take a good look at the shining blade. That is no mere paperweight. Correct. This will slice through the pelt of any prey like butter. I hope it'll be useful for you in your future hunts. Thank you. I hope to make use of it soon. I take a deep breath, reaching into my belt bag. I take out a tiny green crystal. Teresa leans over the table to take a closer look. Prismillium? Yes, this, Dad gave it to me a long time ago. It served me greatly for a time, and I still hold on to it for good luck. Until now, that is. I want you to have it. I gently place the crystal in the wolf's palm. Cadgan stares at it in silence, his ears fluttering a little. Not bad, Hector. Not bad. It is a very nice present, I'll admit. Bear, you brought one too, didn't you? Right. The big wolf takes the package and begins unwrapping it. What jumps at me first is the quill of arrows, but then I notice him producing a second, smaller cloth tied into a bag. A sweet, sticky smell leaks from it. I got you some arrows, for your bow, and here. Ever so gently, he places the bag on the table and unties it, revealing a collection of small, bone-shaped dough snacks of multiple colors. Here's some bone candy, the fanciest straight out of Renai's bakery. Something's up. That quiver of arrows. What a perfect present. I can picture Cadgan hiding in the shadows, his arm pulling back the strings as he aims, with one of those wheat-colored arrows between his fingers. But it's too perfect. I know what Aaron's trying to do, but he slipped up by picking this present. My, how thoughtful, Bear. You know, I bet Cadgan will love hunting with you. Interesting. I thought you and Cadgan didn't have a conversation until today. How'd you know he has a bow? Well, Teresa must have... These are very nice, Bear. Suddenly, Cadgan looks up, clutching the tiny prismillium crystal. Immediately, I see it. That stiff look, the shortness of breath. Well, all your presents are. I'm so grateful. I need some air, if you don't mind. Sure thing, Caddy. Cadgan doesn't look back as he exits the shrine, leaving behind a room in silence. Bear looks at the quiver and the candy sitting on the table, a confused expression on his face. Sorry, did I do something wrong? Ah, you didn't. Yeah, he's not upset. He just gets overwhelmed sometimes and needs a minute to cool down. If you say so. Cheer up, Bear. Here, let me give you a refill. Thank you. Ricardo clears his throat, leaning forward for the first time since he finished eating. By the way, this is my first time coming here, so I hope you don't mind me asking. That statue outside, the one of the two wolves by the path arriving at the shrine to be precise, who are they? I was wondering the same thing. It completely slipped my mind with all the beer. Aaron's expression becomes rigid as he weighs his words. But I know the answer to that question, don't I? Those are his parents, right? Everyone goes quiet, exchanging discreet looks with each other. I'm starting to think I've made a mistake when Aaron shatters the silence, his voice colder than Renai's winter night. Of course, who else could it be? Aaron touches his mouth, as though smoking the pipe that is not there. The shrine was no place to raise a kid back then. It was a cold, lonely ruin full of regrets, covered in cracks and grief, so that wherever you looked you'd feel that gnawing pain, that lack. I made the swings outside, only one at first. The second came when we started watching the sunset together. We did it every day for years. That's when I tell him about the world, our legends, our past. I had to teach him so much to make up for the hurt the Duke did. After that came the frogs. I thought they'd be like little friends, watching from above, greeting him whenever we walked back home. We gave names to each of them. And after that, the statues came to our minds at about the same time. He wanted something to remember his parents by, and so did I. I loathed the idea that he'd forget them and how profound their love was. It drove me mad at night just thinking about it. I carved those two statues out of a single block of wood. They were made to fit together, to greet him back home. A heavy air hangs over us, suffocating enough that no one dares to speak. Teresa seems to be the only one unaffected, though she remains silent out of choice. Excuse me. Perhaps out of a sense of responsibility, Ricardo was the first one to raise his head and speak. I apologize. Cadgan told me about his parents' disappearance. I should have realized. No matter. It's not a secret or anything. Disappeared, you say? Teresa grinds her teeth and purses her lips as if the word has left a sour taste in her mouth. Am I mistaken? They're dead. They've been for a decade at least. Leopoldno killed them. Teresa. What? It's like you said. It's not a secret. Everyone knows it. They wouldn't have gone somewhere far away without their son and never come back for him. I was too young to understand what was happening back when they disappeared, but considering how afraid my parents were of the Duke back then, I did get the impression he was involved. And yes, after such a long time, I doubt they're alive. Now that you mention it, I do recall Dad telling me to watch out for those lion soldiers around that time. Could it be they got in trouble with Leopoldno, so they had to run away and couldn't risk returning? Who knows? Now that Leopoldno is gone, they might show up one of these days. Maybe, but it's hard to believe they could escape Leopoldno's clutches. No, they're gone for good, and as if that wasn't enough, Leopoldno made it his mission to torment their son as well. As he admits this, Aaron lets his shoulders fall and looks down at his hands. Believe me, if I'd been able to, I'd have choked the life out of the bastard. Oh, but I'd have made him suffer first. I'd have peeled the skin off his fingers, opened him up, and fed him his guts. As Aaron clutches his hands, does he imagine it? The lion's supple neck in his grasp, and the moment his windpipe gives under his thumbs. The priest then looks us in the eye. But all I can do is pray. His former servants whisper that after his expedition, after Cadgan was released, he was a changed man. That he'd have this glassy look in his eyes, and he'd wake up in the middle of the night in terror. When he walked down the mansion's halls, he'd look over his shoulder, because he could swear somebody or something was looking at him from the doorways. I pray it's all true, but that's not all. I pray that he spent the rest of his days feeling like a maggot next to the beauty of his marble and gold. And that when he died, he looked at his lunatic son and knew the fate of his legacy, and everything he built up is to tear itself apart from the inside. When Manolino falls, because, oh, he will, I hope and pray that it'll be the end of his wretched family. His kingdom will remember them with shame and dedicate them a footnote in their history books at best. But us, oh, we'll remember. Not with respect, not with fear, but with mockery. Another foolish duke who thought he could tame Renai in the Eye Valley. Nothing less, nothing more. The wolf falls silent, hands weakly gripping the table. He now truly looks his age, with all the burdens and regrets he's accrued across the years hanging over his head. After a moment, Fergus starts clapping, his face radiating joy. Hell yeah, I drink to that. Pass me a mug, Arwell. Cadgan doesn't have to find out. It takes a moment for the dragon to realize he's being addressed. If it's only one, I guess. If it's only one, I guess it's fine. The dragon refills his own mug and passes it to Fergus. The wolf raises it high, as though partaking in a toast before downing it. I look at Ricardo, wondering what a lion under the Duke's employ might have to say about it, but he's hard to read. He looks down at his drink, swirling it, keeping his thoughts to himself. There's no disapproval, at least. Maybe the tiniest smirk at the corner of his lips. Perhaps he does not want to implicate himself by speaking his mind. Teresa stands up and walks behind Aaron, putting her hands on his shoulders and massaging him. Relax, Aaron. You'll pull a muscle again. The old man grumbles something under his breath but doesn't protest. Soon enough, Fergus and Ricardo become absorbed in a conversation of their own, as do Arwell and Bear. I'm the one left looking a bit out of place, twiddling my thumbs as I watch Teresa digging her elbow into Aaron's back. She has the old priest nearly melting under her touch. I'm starting to get a bit jealous when she talks to me. Hectorino, could you go check on Cadgan? He's been out there for a while. Sure. Nature must have called him. He'll be back in no time. Maybe so. A tempered breeze welcomes me as I step outside. The sun is in the middle of hiding behind the horizon, and the birds have begun their closing song. Cadgan sits under a tree a few meters away, on the larger slopes of the two swings. His oversized frame barely fits between the two ropes, and his knees are so high up he might as well be curling. Oh, it's almost cute. What's the matter? Hector, it's nothing. I was just relaxing. I'm not used to being the center of attention for so long. I contemplate the other swing, but it's too small for me. Although even if I could fit on it, the poor branch would snap under the strain of our combined weight. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and pause it right there. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell, and check out our Patreon or YouTube memberships if you can. It always helps. Anyway, I love you all, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye-bye!